So I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, if I had a final message just to send back to the COD community that I used to be in for so many years, it would basically just be.
We could have done a lot of things differently, which we're gonna fix this semester.
It's too much due to our captain and IGL not being able to practice as much as we wanted to. I think it went about as good as it could have. Last game of the season was fairly rough because we just couldn't close out the games. I mean, we were up map 1 and map 3. We were up 11-6 map, or 11-6, 11-5 map 1, and ended up losing. In map 3 we were up 9-3 and ended up not winning another round. Gave up 10 straight on Breeze. So I think last season definitely would have gone a lot better if maybe we had just a tad bit more in practice, but I think overall with what we were given, we did the most of what we could. Just need to close out in the future.
Everyone that knows me in real life, they know I'm really talkative, but I don't know why. Just when I play the game, just very quiet. I don't know why. But when I win clutches or people hyped, I just stay at my desk, get hyped or whatever. But everything else was just good, man. Sometimes we have a little problems over here, but we work it out.
We got pretty far playing with Caleb, and I think we all did pretty well. We just, hit a bad spot at the end of our last game, and we tried our best.
Caleb, he was the guy, don't get me wrong, everyone is great at the team, but the reason why I have such a respect towards Caleb is because he recruited me, and I've been here almost 2 years. So without him and without Austin, I wouldn't be able to be in the United States and live in the dream of my life, which is live in the US, have a life over here. He was a great guy. He was so smart. He would be a good IGL. Sometimes he'll make sometimes he'll make the jokes out of nowhere, but it's such a good timing, and it's so funny. I even remember whenever for example, past semesters back, I'll be playing Valorant until 3 a.m. in the morning, and he'll be playing over here too. We talk for hours. He was a good guy, a good mentor as well, teach us a lot of things. Good guy overall.
How has the switch to Val been for Andrew based on what you've seen through practice?
Very seamless. Other than him asking questions and us randomly giving him feedback on things he needs to do, it's been pretty seamless. I've even played outside of practice with him, and I've just played ranked with him, and I mean, his communication's good, his aim's good, and he keeps his mental pretty well. And that's needed in the team, especially that has 2 brand new players.
Is great in the sense that he has a really competitive mindset. So he's somebody that really wants to learn and do good, and he practices like crazy. He probably puts the most effort out of any of us, honestly, to get better.
He's catching up quick in terms of communication, what we call certain places in the map. Communication-wise, he has improved a little bit, obviously everyone has improved a little bit in everything, in some aspects. But he's been a good addition to the team. He's also funny too, He always adds to the team.
I know it's going to be difficult considering how last year they only went maybe so far with their best player on the team. So now with him gone, it's definitely going to put a spot on the roster to try and perform better without him, which is going to be hard.
And yeah, this is gonna do. We're gonna play the game. We're gonna make it work, and we're gonna practice. We're gonna aim train, and learn to listen to each other. Learn to communicate, and be a good teammate overall.
I think we did about what we expected. We made playoffs in ECAC, which was good. We missed out on it on NACE. We lost a couple close games, so I think that was a little frustrating for all of us, but overall we performed about how we expected.
I think considering our playtime restrictions, as a team, we all did pretty well, and we did miss a lot of weekend things, but like I said, with the restrictions considered, we did well.
We started out a little slow when we first got together, but that's with anything, with any team. You always start out a little slow and then you gain ground as you move forward. I think with the training that we did better than what we thought we were going to do with what we had. But I'm pretty proud of how we did.
I would have spent more time doing VOD review. Because we didn't talk about positioning or anything like that to kind of, figure out what our roles are. And we just went in open-minded.
Personal circumstances for Carl. He chose not to continue playing in esports, so we would have loved to keep him, but, well, life comes first.
Well, for one, I'm the resident old man here. The thought is, for me at least, is I felt like I was holding him back from doing scrimmages from 8 to midnight. I'm normally in bed 8 to 9 p.m. and I don't have time to do all that. I'm married, I live 40 minutes from campus, and I don't really have time between my schooling, about to start a graduate program, and working almost 40 hours a week. It's almost impossible for me to do it and feel right doing it to the guys, so I feel like that was a pretty good reason to step down and let them take it on.
Couple tryouts over winter break, but they all ended up falling through. So our current third Wiley, he's a walk-on. He came in the first week of school, tried out with us. We liked him, so now he's playing.
He's done an amazing job. He's shown that he is dedicated, and he's in here every night making sure that he's keeping up to speed and trying to catch up to us.
Well, I can't say too much because I don't think it's official, but let's just say we got big plans in the works for the fall, so we all have a lot of extra motivation. We're looking forward to the fall season, so we've doubled down on practice. We're VOD reviewing every week, we're scrimming 4 times a week, we're playing every night, so we've really pumped it up to a 10.
It wasn't great, but it could have been a lot worse. We were missing a couple players that season, but we did pretty good for the limited amount of players we had. We didn't have a lot of rotation and variety for our character selection that season.
Really big obstacles early on. I think our first match, if I remember correctly, was we went up against some huge school that made it real far into playoffs. And it was okay, that happens, every college is going to go up against that big one, the shark in the sea, so to speak. But then it just kept on happening and happening and happening. It was just it was really one of those seasons that would definitely break some spirits and be tough to get through.
The couple seasons before this past season, this past semester, the 2 or 3 semesters before that, we weren't really comfortable online. I think that was pretty prevalent in just some of the rookie mistakes and just unease and unawareness in some situations that playing online you need to just have.
Semester we're supposed to have, we have to have 5 players because we need a sub. So we brought in Owen, the gray team captain, up to the Maroon team, and he was making the Maroon. He would be a good fit on the Maroon team. He plays Pyra Mithra. I play sword characters and a whole variety of characters, and the gray team got the playoffs.
Yeah, so I got called up this semester to play on Maroon, but I made it known that I still wanted to captain the gray team because I feel really connected to those guys, and a lot of those guys work, and so it can be hard for them to have time to be in practice every single day, every single week, and so just being able to work with them, and I think I have a really good bond with a lot of my players on the gray team, and setting up a schedule that works for them, and a less rigorous schedule because it's the JV team, and I found a really good groove with them. But needs demanded that I be pulled up to the Maroon team, partly due to this new stock, this new format. But I'm excited because I think I've been playing with a lot of the Maroon team guys like Ashton and Tyrell and Kaya for years, for the past 3 years that I've been on the team. So really good that I finally get to compete with them. I think that'll be a really good, I don't want to sound too confident, but I think I will be a really good addition to the Maroon team. I think me, Tyrell, and Ashton have a really good are a force to be reckoned with, and have a good team composition. I think we could surprise some teams, and I'm excited to see how that goes. But I'm also a little sad to be leaving the great team. Maybe in the future I end up going back, but I think the Maroon team could be a really good fit for the foreseeable future, and I don't see any need to go back to the great team if they don't need me anymore. But I would love to keep captaining them and still be around.
We all want to win the division. That's everybody, but I know that takes time, that takes practice, that takes a lot of hard work. So even though I would like for us to win, I would be okay if we just got a few matches into playoffs. And I would be like, you know what, that shows great improvement. That means next semester we could get it if we try a little bit harder and work more on our work ethics and stuff like that.
I think that was the best, our Overwatch team, the best record we've had, which is, it's great, especially considering that ECAC's league last season was in a strange spot where usually it is split into divisions based on skill-based divisions, but last season there were no divisions, so you had gold teams and top 500 teams like Ball State University. So to go against that mix of players where there are matches that we should win and matches that are skillable and matches that we should not win, to still come out with a really good record is awesome. So I think we did great.
We could have gotten a little bit farther in the finals or playoffs, but overall we did pretty good.
The first season for the new game, Overwatch 2, we had to learn some new things of having one less person on the roster. So I think we did really well for the first season of Overwatch 2, and we'll continue to do better than the last. This season, we've had a player leave, and so we've had one of our tank players take their spot, and it just happens. It's not teams don't last forever. We know you're always going to have that one or two people leave once every semester, so it's just something you just gotta look out for.
Well, I'm a little nervous. I was never really, DPS was always my worst role, I feel like. But I've been doing a lot of aim training and workshops and putting in the work, playing competitive every day, just trying to grind and get myself to the position of where I need to be to at least carry my weight.
For the team, I want us to get farther or up to where we were last semester with the other division or other system. So around second round of whatever the playoffs is, but hopefully we can go farther.
In my second season of Overwatch, we did our first set of activation matches last night. We'll have another one next week, and then I don't even know what league we're in yet, division we're in. But if it's good, if they separate us division or something good, and it's supposed to be fair, I think we win. I think we're going to win playoffs. And if we don't, it's whatever. I can be okay with that. But I want us to win. I think we can win. So we'll see.
Well, they're going toe-to-toe here with the number 2 seed. That will be Red Chase on the wall, and this might solidify yourself the map. A 2-piece comes through for him as he's still on the wall. He's still mowing them down. Red Chase is still doing things as he finds the 4-piece, looks for more, but the final seconds are out, and Concord Maroon will force the second best of 5.
Penn State with 35 seconds. They've got to get somewhere. They've got to get out of their spawn, most importantly, and they've got to make sure that they can find Andrew Crooked in the back here, which they have not been able to do all game. Oh my God! Put them down where they stand. 3 get killed, 4 go down for Penn State.
We know how good we are, and we've been good for years in the CCO, so that's not going to change, so we want to go out on a bang.
Personally, getting rid of to Maroon. I mean, I found it as an accomplishment for myself because I came from basically like nothing when it came to Call of Duty. I just played a bunch of pubs, and John somehow seen some potential in me somewhere.
So going into Concord, I really didn't care too much about COD to begin with. I always just watched, like the CWL matches and stuff like that, but I had zero intention of actually like competing in anything like that. So hearing that I could at least just get a scholarship and just play in college, like I said, it gave me a good opportunity to make money, I guess, like in scholarship while I was doing it. But while being in the CCL, because Concord was such a good team, we were able to kind of just like fast track our way like to the top when it came to that season, and then in doing so, it let me make a name for myself, and which later on allowed me to leeway into playing challengers and just going on from there.
It's meant a lot to me. It's been a big part of my life the past few years. It's been a lot of community for me, making a lot of good friends, especially with like new recruits coming in, and it's mainly been a community for me. It's been a fun competing aspect too, because I never thought I'd be here today just playing Call of Duty casually and then actually having a set team to play with and actually practice and actually grow relationships. So it was a big relationship aspect for me.
We cemented ourselves in legacy with how many tournaments when we had our regular seasons. We're part of that legacy. All 4 of us, people will remember our names. So that's really cool. We created our own legacy, and legacies never fall apart. People always remember them.
I'm gonna say that we're not done yet. It may have been a rough start to Modern Warfare 2, but we're still looking up. You just gotta trust the process. We have a lot of things in the works, and I'm really excited to continue competing again next season, but we're definitely not done yet. So it's not goodbye forever, it's just goodbye for now.
Program perspective, the esports program did really well last year. All of our teams made playoffs, which is a really good showing from us. That would be the 3rd season in a row where all of our teams have been hitting playoffs. So we've been consistently really doing good there. Last year was the first season that we all made, majority of the teams made top 32. That we have tried to see how good NECC is this year. And from everything I've seen so far, I'm really excited. I really love how they're doing divisions, how they broke it up. This is the first week of our seasons. This year in February, first week of our game for our seasons for them. I'm really excited for that. I love how they broke up the divisions. Most of our, so far, the release that we have found that we're in the top half of all the divisions so far for the leagues that have divisions. We're in the top half for all of them so far. Really excited to see how we push through there, bring home some trophies, do really good in the playoffs there. So I think NECC will be a great entry for us to get into there and play against some bigger competitions.
What game are we going to be adding next?
Well, there's a lot of options, but I'm excited to announce that the game is